Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now in this long form video, I will show you how you can build your own trimmer table as shown up there. But before that, remember subscribe to my free to subscribe channel and push your thumbs up. Let's get started. I need to first find out the center of my wooden board. I'm using a 17mm compressed board and I bought it from the carpenter shop. They will cut it for me because I do not have the wood that I will need. So the choice is yours. I'm using 17mm, so the midpoint is somewhere 8.5 mm. So if they have a machine that cut it for you, you get a very nice square board. So this is the point. So I will need to mark the center of the point where this is where I'm going to drill a hole through it in order to make a box. Okay, so this is the point, and then here goes the other side. The same goes to the other side here. I've marked the center of it, and I know where. I need to know where to drill it. So I need to use, I'm actually using a hole puncher to actually mark a hole. It actually makes a dimple there. If you do not have this, probably you can use a piece of nail to actually tap it so that you can see a dimple there. And this is the hexagon M6 furniture screw that I will be using, hexagon nut. So it's 6mm. So I'm going to drill a 6mm, and I'm using this type of barrel nut. And this is a thickness, how deep I want the barrel nut to be embedded. And this is actually an M6 wooden drill bit. So I will leave roughly 2mm deep so that this barrel nut will embed it 2 cm down. And this is the total depth of my M6 drill bit. I'm going to drill through it for the screw to go into it. Now the choice of wood, I'm using some soft wood, so I will need this 2 cm. I need to embed my barrel nut 2 cm deep. Otherwise, if you're using solid wood, probably you do not need to embed the barrel nut so deep to prevent it from coming out. And then throughout the whole video, you find that I didn't really use any glue at all. And this is the depth, okay? The depth of my barrel nut. This is actually a 7mm drill bit. So I use a marker to mark how deep I need to stop drilling. I do not want this barrel nut to go deep down all the way into the hole. Okay, so this is 2 cm deep to at least have 2 cm embedded into this piece of wood. Then I release my holder, set square holder, to hold this, to make sure this box later will be a square box. Okay? And then if you have drilled it correctly at the center, probably off by 2mm, it should be fine. Because this is a M7 drill bit, I can easily later screw in my barrel nut, remove the dust from it. It's V6 barrel nut, so this is the depth. So once it's reached here, I need to stop turning already. I need to gauge the depth and do the marking. Okay, so this is how deep. So I try to make it straight going into the board. See, it's very soft, very chip off the side. It would be nice if I apply some glue so that this barrel nut will be fixed at position firmly, and apply some wooden glue if I have it. But I will try to reduce the cost for this project. So I didn't use any glue, wooden glue. And then I just tighten using the hexagon screwdriver that I have for this side. Then I can work on the opposite side. So the total idea, the total cost for this trimmer table shouldn't be more than $20. Okay, so I'll mark the center for the support over the other side, 90 degree, and then also punch and find out the center of the hole puncher. Alright, now you see it's very soft. This dimple is too deep indeed. And then this is actually another type of barrel nut, and I have a depth collar installed on my drill bit so that it stop this drill from penetrating to make a full hole. Okay? This one is in a pocket, that's why I need to have a collar depth for my drill bit. stop at 14 mm deep. That's the thickness of my barrel nut. So I like this kind of barrel nut. There are pros and cons in it. If your wood is a soft wood, probably this type of barrel nut is a better choice. But the problem is that you got to make sure they actually align. I mean, the screw later align with the barrel nut here. So this is the barrel nut I mentioned. If it is not deep enough, then the screw won't go through. The only problem is you got to control the depth. You got to make sure the depth is right, is correct, or else this hexagon screw will not go through the barrel nut. Then you need to remove the barrel nut and then try to drill it again. Okay. So I've aligned it properly, so therefore this screw go through it nicely. Okay, nice and tight, easily. So there are two types of barrel nut I've used. I prefer this one, but the problem is you've got to make sure they are aligned properly. The depth is at least 14 or 15, depends on how accurate you've drawn the center. So I've done with the box. Next is the countertop. So the countertop is another piece of wood that I can find. It's not a square but a rectangle. I need to find the center of this piece of wood. So that's the center. You're actually seeing how I did it. Diagonal length, intersection of diagonal length is the center. So this is the holder for my trimmer machine. I've removed the trimmer machine. I still need the horizontal and vertical line so that I find out the center for my this is not a square, this is actually a rectangle base. Then I use a long nose pen. You can easily mark the center for my screw, mounting screw. There you go. So these are the 4 positions. And I need to actually mount my countertop onto the table which I made earlier. So I use a total length, subtract the width of my box, divided by 2. Okay, the same to the other side, and then use the again long nose pen, and then trace the profile, and there you go. So I have, so that I know where to drill the hole later, and mounting screw as well. Okay, so I've marked the position, find out the center, and make a dimple there so that I can drill, I can have a driving hole, I can drill a driving hole through the hole later. So I'm actually using an M3 drill bit as for my driving hole, so that I can drill a bigger hole later, M6. And then I make 4 of them together with the hole for my trimmer bracket. Okay? So you can do it easily all by yourself, and the cost should be less than $20. So this is now for the trimmer machine's bracket. So it's an M4 screwdriver, an M4 hole, but I'm using a M3 drill bit as for driving hole. Or you can actually straight away use the M4 screwdriver, M4 drill bit to make the hole. So there are 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. The main idea is that you need to make sure the hole is perpendicular or at least normal to the surface of the box. And you need to get a longer M4 bowl to actually mount the bracket. So this is actually the underside holder. 4 holes done. Then now it's actually the M6 hole, and then make sure you drill through the table which I built earlier. Hopefully it's at the center. I've tried my best to be at the center. Then otherwise you need to actually find out if it's the center. If it is, then the depth is about 14 mm. Otherwise, probably 15 mm deep. Okay, so this is actually a 14 mm, 13 mm. Okay, 13 mm barrel nut, but you need to drill 14 mm so that you go through it. Okay, so that the nut mounting nut will go through it. 13 mm thickness, then you need to drill 14 mm deep. So I have a taller ring on the drill tip so that the drill will not just penetrate through the soft wood. Okay, it will be good to have a nut to actually to have a brush to restore to remove the dust. Now, if it's metallic, then you can use a magnet to remove it. In the event when it's too shallow, it's not aligned, then you probably need a magnet and then use a plier to remove the nut. Okay. Then now I'm making the M4 hole for my bracket, which I've earlier made a driving hole. Okay. So this is how I did it. 4 of them, and then I use a bristle to remove the dust. So it's not so dusty. Then here you go. I have a 1.5 inch long M4 bowl. So all I need to do is actually to mount this bracket onto the surface, because I still need to find out where is the center of the hole. Now, once I've done mounting the bracket, all I need to do is just push my trimmer machine down. A 3 mm hole is made. Now, this is going to be my driving hole. Next, this is a 22 mm flathead screwdriver. I need to make a 22 mm hole for now so that I can mount a bigger size trimmer bit later. So, next thing I need to do is actually to find out where I need to stop trimming so that I can lay my trimmer bit. This is a 9 mm trimmer bit so that I can go around it and make a recess profile 6 mm deep. And this is how it looks like. So I can cut perfectly in a straight line so that it doesn't mess up with the surface. I can cut a straight line by using this methodology I've shown you. So probably you can do the same. If you do not have this aluminum L channel, probably you can use a cardboard or some 5 mm plywood to stick it onto the side. You just need to measure how far you need to place the cardboard. But for my case, I have some leftover L profile aluminum, so I'm going to use it. So I carefully trim the side, then all you need to do is just to remove whatever in between, and then it will sit nicely and check from time to time which side it fits on one side. So it fits nicely here. Then next, I need to make a 5 mm deep so that my mounting screw can actually screw into it. Once I've done doing it, there you go. You check the level, make sure they are flush. So this is actually the depth of how deep I need to actually drill by the side so that my hexagon screw nut would actually embed into it. I do not have a big size drill, so I just need to use a manual drill head. Then lastly, it's actually the set screw, actually the ruler. I have some leftover wood. So I want to find out, let's say I want to cut 6 mm, 9 mm width. That's the ruler. Turn it on, down there. This is a switch. Turn it on. Yep. And all you need to do is just push it along the ruler, which I've made earlier. And the trimmer table is nicely done. If this is the first time watching a video, remember subscribe to my channel and appreciate thumbs up. Until then, see you in my next video. Bye bye.